So, hi everyone. This is Shashank Kumar Singh, and this is my new YouTube channel where I am going to. I cannot say that I am going to teach, but I am going to read some essays for you. And if you are really a essay lover, then you will definitely enjoy my videos. So, this is my first. This is my first, I can say, episode of essays. So, finally, I am going to start with why reservation is important for women in legislature. So first topic of the day is reservation for women in legislature. So finally I am going to read it for you. So in a significant step, the Rajya Sabha on 9th March 2010 voted to amend the constitution to reserve for women one third of seats in the parliament and the state assemblies. The bill known as 108th constitutional amendment now has to be passed by the Lok Sabha to become an act. First, the bill seeks to reserve one third of the seats for women in the parliament and legislative assemblies. Secondly, the reserved seats may be allotted by rotation to different constituencies in a state or a union territory. Thirdly, the reservation of seats, however, shall cease to exist 15 years after the commencement of the Act. Reservation to ensure fair representation to women in Parliament and state assemblies is a most welcome step. India has lagged behind her neighbours and other countries when it comes to gender balanced legislatures. In Pakistan, 22% of the National Assembly seats are held by women. With 12% women in Indian Parliament, India lags far behind. Asian region, where women representation stands at 18.5%. Nepal boasts of 33% of women members, while Bangladeshi Parliament has 19% of women members. When the bill seeking to reserve one third of the seats for women in Indian Parliament and state legislature is passed, we can ensure fair and just representation to women. Certain objections to the bill have been raised. Provision for rotating constituencies means that women cannot nurse their constituencies. Secondly, reservation does not extend to the Rajya Sabha. Thirdly, there is no female sub-quota within existing quotas. Above all, this kind of quota will favor upper caste women at the expense of backward caste. According to the bill, one third of the seats in the Lok Sabha and state assemblies reserved for women will be allotted by rotation. It means that once in every 3 elections, a seat will be set aside for women, and for the other 2 elections revert to a general seat. A woman who wins in a reserved seat doesn't have the security to run against a woman in the next election. Critics say that a woman or man MP will have no incentive to nurse his constituency. But analysts point out the serious flaw elsewhere. Women suffer numerous forms of discrimination. Will this discrimination change with more women in the legislature? Reservation for Dalits and the tribals in the past have failed to end their discrimination meaningfully. On the other side, these provisions have merely created a creamy layer. It is estimated that there is only a trickle down from the creamy layer to ordinary Dalits, tribals and backward caste. In due course of time, reservation of women is sure to create a creamy layer, a hurdle to the progress of women in general. The demand for quota within quota indicates that women are more loyal to their caste and community than to gender-based equality. Empowerment must be the right of all women, not of just a few privileged women. Demand for sub-quota is made because advantages of reservation are generally cornered by the creamy and the well-organized layers among the backward castes. It is undeniably true that the reservation for women is likely to be extended indefinitely. Quota has become the lifeline for survival of a government. Even after 65 years, no political party dared to use our creamy layer. Reservation is no means for women's meaningful empowerment. Political parties on their own should have long back increased women's representation. It would have been the ideal way to uplift the status of women. Enlarging women's role in politics is done by the political parties they belong to, not the state leaders of all political parties have been insensitive to the neglect of women. Quotas for women can bring about only cosmetic transformation. Only a fundamental change in the character and the composition of political parties can do away with their discrimination. It is for the party to pick women candidates on merits and dispense with the criteria of dynasty and class. Voluntary political party quotas can serve the purpose of their empowerment better than the complicated bill on women's reservation. The trouble is that our government is addicted to how limelight to cash in on every political and economic measures. We have completed the topic reservation for women in legislature, and this is my first video, so if I have made any mistakes, so please just forgive me, and going forward I will make this kind of videos and I will upload it on my channel. So please watch these videos and do comment if any improvement required. And thanks for the watching my videos, and do subscribe my channel. Thanks.